Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast. The show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love Habari-entertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Aisha, Jimmy, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Yo, good morning. Habari Ghani, my people. We are thrilled to bring you the latest edition of Habari Live, your go-to podcast for the pulse of Phoenix and beyond. As always, we are all the way live in Paradise Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. I am Damon Ellison and my co-host,
Aisha.
We will be your guide through the exciting stories and everyday happenings in your vibrant community, your weekly dose of inspiration, innovation, and insightful conversations from the heart of our city, Phoenix, Arizona, like I already said. But let's get it going, man. A crazy week in politics, and we're just going to go over some of the major issues that's been happening this week, man. Just craziness like always, man. We've got a lot unfolding across Washington, California, and Texas, but we're starting with a brewing showdown inside the Trump administration, and it all kicked off after Democrats released that video message to the U.S. Army praising soldiers for holding the line during the shutdown. And Trump did not take it well. Sources say he was furious, not just at the message, but at the messenger. He's calling it disrespectful. He's calling it propaganda. And his staff has reportedly been scrambling, trying to control the reaction inside the Pentagon. It's wild. The Democrats released what looks like a routine morale video for troops, and Trump viewed it as a political attack. The same thing he did to Canada and anybody else who releases a video that doesn't agree with this guy. That anger spilled into meetings, spilled into Truth Social, and now we've got a White House that seems panicked about the optics.
And in the middle of all that chaos, we're only 28 days away from the deadline to release the Epstein files. The very files that Trump has spent several months trying to block before all suddenly flipping and changing his mind.
Yeah, the flip is raising eyebrows because if you step back and look at the timeline, Trump opposes the files, calls it a hoax. DOJ prepares new investigations. Democrat pressures for release. Suddenly he says, yeah, go ahead and vote yes. It's a weird turnaround, but hey, this is what we're dealing with our president today.
Yep. So the question today isn't just, will the Epstein files be released? It's, why did Trump reverse his decision? And does this new investigation that he ordered give him an escape hatch to delay the release past the 28-day?
Yeah, exactly.
Timeframe?
We've seen this play out before. Say you support transparency publicly. Say you support transparency publicly. Then behind scenes use illegal technicality to block it. The American people want answers, and the clock is ticking. We will see what they do, man.
And today we're going to break it all down for you. But first, let's go ahead and do our little rundown that we normally do. The first thing that I saw that caught my eye this week was that the Arizona voucher expansion is now in crosshairs again. The Universal Voucher Program is drawing sharp criticism over its funds, fraud, and its escalating costs. The state's longstanding voucher scheme, is what they're calling it, originally for students with disabilities, has expanded to cover all children in the state. Now there are new allegations of misuse and fraud are mounting, along with concern over budgetary impact on public schools. What really caught my eye was that the ESA program is now costing Arizona roughly $1 billion a year.
Holy fuck.
And that's only covering 92,000 students in the state.
Oh, man, all that money going to only 90,000 students is crazy. And from a state that does really, really bad when it comes to funding for schools.
Mm-hmm.
But all the money that we're putting into this voucher program and just letting people just buy anything they want, they're fighting the people, and they're checking the purchases after the purchases have already went through.
Right.
So we have people who are already there buying things that has nothing to do with school. They're buying jewelry, they're buying TVs, they're buying all these different things that has nothing to do with school. The state is okaying all of these things. What's up with it? Morning. And no one is upset. Now, if the school does anything incorrect, man, they have to have a million hearings. They have to have a million meetings. The school didn't do something right with their funds. Now the state is just giving funds to people, and people are buying cars, jewelry, diamond rings, throwing the money away. Nobody says a word.
Buying lingerie. I don't see how that helps, but hey, they're doing it all.
It's pretty insane that we have to watch our dollars just go down the drain as people just do what the hell they want to with the money. I mean, this is crazy, man. We always knew that this voucher program would be a landscape that would be easily walked through by people who were frauds and crooks. They can just say whatever they want to, and the government's just going to give them money. People are loving this, man, and they're taking full advantage of it. And they don't care about their school, their kids' education. They're just doing what they can to make sure that they're getting money put into their pocket. And it's crazy, man. They're letting them use this system as a as a way out, man.
It is.
It's terrible.
It
but
is.
These vouchers are killing Arizona, and we're just seeing schools shut down, and it's just sad.
Furthermore, the federal government is now changing how it defines professional degrees, and graduate nursing programs are now being excluded. The U.S. Department of Education has announced that certain degrees once treated as professional will no longer count, and that includes your advanced nursing programs. They say consequences of removing the nursing from the professional labeling reduces access to higher student loan limits, likely fewer loan forgiveness options, and potentially less incentive for students to even enroll in nursing programs.
Yeah, man. Yeah, elections have consequences, man. You got people coming in doing crazy stuff, dude. I mean, I don't really understand why they're doing this. Why would you want to hurt the nurses?
Right.
You know, you hear MAGA Mike Johnson them talking about we're the party that's trying to help healthcare, but everything they do, everything they write, somehow hurts healthcare, hurts Americans. I don't understand, man. Why we're so okay with these politicians just tearing up our healthcare.
Right.
And so if these girls or guys don't have the incentive to go to school, if they can't get loans, then why would they choose that profession if they can't get a loan?
Yep.
So I mean, this nursing is already hurt by shortages, and it's crazy as hell to hurt them even more by taking this incentive away and making it harder for them to be able to get student loans.
Exactly.
So
like you said, they're reducing the amount of the incentives for the advanced degrees, which could, like you said, worsen the amount of shortages that we have. especially in areas that are underserved and don't really have as many nurses in the hospitals or in those areas, which raises a bigger question about how we're going to value certain professions and the policy criteria for what actually counts as a professional.
Yeah, man, I don't know, man. It's just stupid. It's a dumb plan. So, I mean, people are gonna be hurt by it, but it seems like this administration's whole plan is to hurt people, and to hurt people who are trying to get help, trying to get ahead, trying to do things to make their lives better. They're making it tougher.
They are.
We need more programs anyway that are not that isn't so costly that you have to get this huge student loan anyway. We need to go back to the days of lower prices for education. I mean, it costs too much to become a CNA, and I've seen the prices of how much it costs for each from CNA, RN, LPN, all the levels the prices was just crazy, up to $60,000 for a degree. For the bachelor's degree, up to $100,000 for more. Like, dude, fudge, man. People don't have the money to pay for this shit.
Right. And you just went up to a bachelor's degree at $100,000. Imagine those students who want to get PhDs. How much they're paying for their education.
Man, it seems like we're making it harder for people to be able to take care of their kids, making it harder for people to be able to become the professionals they want to become. This is what it's supposed to be about, man. Why are we making it so hard for people to succeed? If someone wants to be a nurse, why would we make it more difficult to become that? I mean, doesn't make any sense to me, man.
Yep. Moving on, President Trump has now signed an executive order removing the steep tariffs on Brazilian agricultural products, including beef and coffee. Now, this is after the U.S. had already imposed an additional 40% tariff on top of the 10% baseline tariff that many Brazilian food exports, including coffee, beef, already had. It's just ridiculous. Now he's trying to make himself look like, oh, we're addressing the affordability issues. Sir, you created the chaos by placing the tariffs on beef, thus creating the price increase.
Yeah, man. We have prices increasing across the board because of tariffs. They can try to say whatever they want, just like this Bob Hutchinson dude saying all this garbage in the comment section right now that's lies. The prices have went up since he's came into office. Things have gotten more expensive. He put tariffs on all type of products that we don't grow. And then just wondering, oh, why are those things costing more money? I mean, those things cost more money because we don't grow them here. We have a trade deficit with these countries because we don't do those things here. That's the way that's the way it works. I mean, if we don't grow bananas, how we're going to have a trade deficit on bananas with another country because we don't fucking grow them. That's not a big deal. That's not a problem. And everybody try to make it that it's that the deficit is such a big deal that it's not, man. You're gonna have deficits on certain situations and certain products and certain produces that you may not produce in your country. That's the way it is, man. It's not a problem. That's why we're still the richest country in the world, regardless of some of the deficits that we have. I don't understand why people make such a fucking big deal out of it. It's gonna happen. Putting these tariffs in place was a horrible idea. Everybody knew this. History told you this. He still wanted us to do it.
Still did it.
Now he takes the tariffs off, and people are clapping. Yay! Good job, Trump. Oh, you're the smartest guy ever. Like, man, y'all are idiots, man. Straight up, dude. This dude can do no wrong, and he take the tariffs off, admit that the tariffs are making the prices worse, and y'all still won't say he did anything wrong. Still gonna blame Biden, bring up Biden. Like, dude, just take it off the tariffs, because he's realizing that it's just making our shit higher, nothing else. He didn't get the deals that he thought he was gonna get, and now he's just taking the tariffs off. Like, man, dude, just dumb shit, man. And you know, I don't understand why none of the Republicans can look in the mirror and admit it, that they fucked up, and that was a bad fucking decision to put tariffs blindly on everyone. Dumb.
Exactly. I agree. For U.S. consumers, the relief for some of the upward pressure on food prices, especially coffee and beer, may start to decrease. However, it's not going to decrease between now and next week for Thanksgiving, or possibly next month for Christmas. So we're still going to see these increased prices for a couple months at least.
Let me see what they say here. Mark Clayton, he says, the education system is messed up. My son was taking a course online to get an education after the fact. Now he finds out the education will not work in the real world because there is no. I mean, I wonder what education he went to school for. That's what I would wonder. Go ahead, switch the camera, bro. That's what I would wonder. But you know, the system, you know, you can make decisions, and the economy and things could change on what school is important, or what things to go to school for, or the best, or which way you should go in college may change. Those things happen because of the economy. I understand that, but there's things that we can't control, like the price of school, and that's the thing that I just think is ridiculous. You know, yeah, you can make a mistake and go to school for something that you feel as though you can't get a job for now, and maybe you need to go back to refocus on what you think would be a better job for you to get better roles and better paying roles in the future. So sometimes you could go to school for a couple years of this, but we don't have those avenues because of the price. You can't make a mistake in picking school nowadays. It's so expensive. You do that, man, you're done. Now you done went to school, and you done went for something that's not going to get you paid.
Now your degree is no longer relevant.
Right. And you still owe that money. It's not like that money you don't have to pay, and it's the money is ridiculous. So I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough situations out here, man, and we have to do something. We have to put some people in place that want to change our education system and which way it's going. On the real.
I agree.
What you got?
Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene announced that she will be resigning effective January 5th of 2026. And she's citing her online fallout with Trump as one of the reasons why. She's saying that she may run for other political offices in the future.
Right.
But right now, that's not her goal. What do you think? Is it a good thing that she's retiring? Or
I thought she was. Which state is she from? I thought it was Georgia. Yeah, Georgia. I thought it was Georgia. Yeah, man. It's, you know, she has to do what's best for her and her family. And you know, she said she was getting death threats. As soon as she went after didn't agree 100% with Trump, everyone started calling her and threatening her. And we know this is the MAGA MO. This is how they get down. If you're not with them, you're an enemy. And sometimes they treat the people who are with them like shit. So this is how they move. And she didn't want to deal with it anymore.
Yep.
And you know, she's, you know, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm on her side, because she's been with this stuff and been the main person egging it on, one of the main people egging this shit on, while these people act ridiculous. And and you know, she apologized for being a part of the MAGA movement, and acting like, you know, what they do and what they are doing is normal, and some of the things that's being said by the president and acting like that shit is normal, and everybody sugarcoating the things that he say, while holding Democrats to the highest esteem. They let Trump just say whatever the hell he wants to, and it's all good. So it's ridiculous, the hypocrisy of the Republican Party today, how they even have the cojones to show their face
Right.
outside and try to say what Democrats are doing, while we sit here and watch Trump call reporters little piggy, and anybody that goes against him immediately gets death threats. Like, dog, it's disgusting. But you know, she has to do what's best for her life. Now,
Yep.
it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be tough to take her seat for a Democrat. But at the same time, that's what I hope. I hope that the Democrats able to take her seat, and we can get this get some real government going.
Right.
Because right now Trump is just doing whatever the hell he want to,
Mm-hmm.
and all the MAGA people in there is not holding him accountable at all in Congress or the Senate,
Yep.
which is terrible.
Exactly. I mean, you know, her departure does shrink the Republican majority while also adding some uncertainty as to which direction the GOP is going to go. And it could also, like you said, foreshadow some changes in the GOP's ideological alignment going into the 2026 midterms.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be tough, you know, and we saw what happened in the last little election that we did see, and we hope that the next election in the midterms will be just the same, the much more of the same.
Mm-hmm.
But with Republican policies that they are putting in place right now, and the game that they are playing right now, trying to acting like nothing that's going on with the economy is their fault. We saw Joe Biden try to play that card. Didn't work out well for him. It's not going to work out well for Republicans if you keep going down this road of acting like affordability is not a big deal, acting like grocery prices is not a big deal, and these people are just making up stuff. You know, even when Biden was in the office, my argument was never that grocery prices isn't going up under Biden, because we saw why prices were up. My argument was always, you see the amount of inflation has went down over the last 4 years to what we saw in the beginning when he got into office. Now, were things perfect? Nah, man, there's a lot of things that he still needed to work on. But you're not going to pull the wool over my eyes and act like we're not seeing these prices. And Trump them is just sitting here acting like, oh, nobody's seeing anything, and you're all just Democrats making up stuff when everybody see these prices. We keep seeing his people percent and all these people go on the news and try to act like none of these things are fucking happening, and we're just idiots making up shit. But we all see our prices, man, and it's ridiculous. Was that all you had? What else you got?
That's it.
Oh, for sure. So, you know, it's been ridiculous, and we all see it as the Republican Party is falling apart, just coming apart. And we see what's going on with them as they fight amongst each other, stab each other in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one big thing that's going on in the party right now is Nick Fuentes is a growing influencer in the Republican Party. A lot of Republicans don't know exactly what to do about what's going on with Fuentes, because he's far right, you know, very openly racist, you know, and you know, this is what the Republican Party is doing right now. They're dancing with Nazis. They're making laws to try to make it okay to be a Nazi, fly Nazi flags, have Confederate flags. They want to take us back to 1830, really bad. And you know, you see all their people in the comment section. You see what they say and how they talk. This is what they want to do, man. They hate anyone that looks different than them. They think America is supposed to be a white country. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that they're going through as they go through an identity crisis. What are they going to do? Are they going to get rid of all of the hate that's in their party right now? Are they going to get rid of all the racism that's in their party? Because that's all that's all they know. It's racism and hate. People like Nick Fuentes, he gains more and more power throughout the the Republican Party. He's getting more interviews. He's talking with Tucker Carlson. He's talking to all the big people in the Republican Party. He's becoming the man since Charlie Kirk was gunned down. And this is what the Republicans are going towards. Just pure open racism. And a lot of people are trying to fight against this in the Republican Party, but a lot of people are for what's going on with Nick Fuentes. They like it. They like it. We have these people doing this. Look at Hunter's, what is his name? Hunter ZSR, whatever his name is. Pure racist.
Mm-hmm.
He been just soon as he saw a black face in here, he just couldn't help but to just start posting racist shit. Like that's what they do, man. And then be the people who that look at him. If you hate America, leave. Who hates America? You, Republicans. Y'all hate everybody in this motherfucker. You hate the blacks. You hate the gays. You hate the natives. You hate the Mexicans. You hate these people. You hate that people. You're the ones that should leave. You should leave. Y'all hate everyone. We are taught to love neighbors, to love our people. Y'all are always telling people to leave, get out of here, because y'all hate everyone. It's all about love over here, man. It's not about hating everyone and disliking these people and disliking that people. Thank you, Kevin. We appreciate it. It's not about that, man, but you guys, y'all lost. It's all about hate and blame and pointing the fingers with you. And that's just disgusting stuff, man. So we're gonna go straight into some of these things, man. Go ahead.
For sure. They were going to begin with political fallout inside of the Republican Party. And the fallout is particularly widening hour by hour, it seems. And we're watching it in real time.
Yeah, man. We're going to talk about some of these people that we talked about him before. Paul Ingracia. I think he was up for some type of nomination, and I think they took that nomination away because his tweets and his history was so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to talk about it because it just goes right into some of the things that's going on in the Republican MAGA movement. A former Trump administration nominee, he was a nominee, Paul Ingracia, is at the center of some of the political firestorms that's going on after a series of racist, extremist, and openly pro-Nazi statements he sent in the private group chat were published by Politico in late October. We talked about it at then too.
Mm-hmm, for sure. The messages reportedly involved several Republican strategists and operatives, and the content, according to the published screenshots that we saw, is some of the most extreme rhetoric ever documented from a high-level Trump era appointee.
Mm-hmm.
Eeh.
Yeah, man. Paul Ingracia, nominated early this year to lead the Office of Special Counsel, sent a series of messages calling Martin Luther King Jr., quote, tossed into the seventh circle of hell where it belongs. He wrote that holidays and observance tied to Black culture, Kwanzaa, Juneteenth, Black History Month, should be eviscerated. Using an Italian racial slur to describe Black Americans. In another exchange, he claimed, quote, blacks behave that way because that's their natural state of all of Africa is a shithole, and it always be that way. He went further, writing, never trust a Chinaman or Indian, after referencing former Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy. And in perhaps the most alarming exchange, Ingracia argued that America needs, quote, competent white men in positions of leadership. He added that the founding fathers were wrong when they said all men are created equal, and that America should reject that part of our heritage. When another participant compared his rhetoric to the Hitler Youth and Gracia responded, I do have a Nazi streak in me from time to time. These are the things that's being said in the Republican Party as they try to tell us that they're not racist, that racism isn't running their party. These are the quotes that are coming from people that he is putting up to be nominated. Now, Gracia's attorney now claims the message may have been satirical or even manipulated through the attorney offered, though the attorney offered no evidence and did not deny, and Gracia wrote them.
But following the publication, Gracia withdrew from his nomination, but in a move critics are calling rewarding racism, the administration quickly reassigned him, to a new role. Deputy General Counsel at the General Services Administration.
This dude, that the fact that this guy still has a job is ridiculous. But this is MAGA. This is what they are. This is what they represent. They represent total outward racism. And like this week, we'll talk about it later. We got AOC talking about it as they try to lower the rules on Nazi flags and having them. Try to say that they were controversial, not just banned, just controversial. I mean, these people are openly fighting for racist, backwards ways, and it's crazy to see them do the mental gymnastics to try to say that this shit is okay. But like I said, this is tearing their party apart. The turmoil is just running through them. Do they keep going with the openly racist rhetoric, or do they try to find more of a central talking point to try to get more people to vote Republican? But hey, this is what they want to do. This reassignment of Mr. What was it? Insignia, I think is that Gracia, my bad. This reassignment of Gracia has sparked major backlash, with Democrats accusing the administration of normalizing white supremacy, something the MAGA does daily. Inside a federal agency this time, though. So it's crazy.
Now, some viewers may have heard a name that sounds similar. Darren Beatty, a former State Department speechwriter. There is no evidence that he made the same statements that Gracia made.
Yeah, man. He had a whole bunch of things that he was caught up on saying. Beatty became controversial because of his ties to a far-right group and his attendance at events featuring white nationalist speakers. His hiring was widely criticized and was often cited as part of what critics called the administration's tolerance for bigotry, extremism, and conspiracy-driven rhetoric.
But again, it's important context that Beatty did not make the racist statements that Gracia made. The confusion comes because both men were held up by critics as examples of a broader pattern within the administration.
Yeah, and this is a pattern that's going every day. Now we want to talk about some of the analysis and discussions that's been going around. So, like I said at the beginning, Nick Fuentes, he's a big racist, and that's out there talking like Hunter is talking today. And they're just racist, man, and they live their lives to down what any other race is doing, any other people are doing. And Nick Fuentes is a big leader of that. And it's a lot of discussing racism coming out of this group. And Republicans are falling behind. They're falling with him. They like what this guy's saying. They like what Nick Fuentes is saying. Now, people like Charlie Kirk, he tried to hide his racism in a package of I care a little bit. Nick Fuentes, I don't believe he does that at all. He doesn't try to sugarcoat him. I heard him talking like Hunter, talking about black people, they didn't have the wheel in Africa and all type just garbage stuff. Garbage. I mean, we all know that that was wrong. They had the wheel in Africa. On to say there was no written books in Africa. We all know that was wrong. The oldest Bibles, all type written language was found in Ethiopia. You try to say they had no libraries of books, oldest libraries found in Africa. So I don't know what the hell these people talk about, but they really don't read anything. They don't read anything. They just go around and talk what some other racist guy told them. Now, this dude just said on here that blacks, they didn't have any great empires, the Mali Empire in Western Africa. And they act like Egypt just wasn't part of Africa. I don't know what's going on with that. But the Nubians and the pyramids that they built and the culture that they put place that a lot of the Egyptians took from the Nubians, which is now Sudan. Nubia, the Nubians, black. And they always trying to tell us what we didn't have and what we know is because you don't read. It's because you don't read. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about what this means politically, man, with all these people like Ingracia and Betty coming out with all this racism in the Republican Party on a situation where they need to figure out which way they're going to go right now. Are they going to be the racist, the party of racism and the KKK? Is that what they're going to be? They're going to represent that fully, that they're Christian nationalists, white nationalists, I'm sorry. And Gracia wasn't some fringe figure. This is the middle of their party. He was nominated to run the office of special counsel, which protects federal whistleblowers and enforces the Hatch Act. That's a serious, high integrity position, man.
Exactly. And the fact that after withdrawing, he was quietly placed into another federal leadership role, which raises real questions about internal standards and how they're holding their staff accountable.
Yeah, man. This also reopens the long-running conversation about extremist rhetoric inside the Republican Party. We've seen this. The Republicans just have an issue when it comes to racism. All of their policies, a lot of things that they put forth, it's about making sure that black and brown people are hurting. That's their whole mission. Nothing else. As we head into 2026, the midterm cycle, the Republicans are going through an identity crisis. Mm-hmm. What do?
Right. And the Republicans are already on defense. Several lawmakers have already declined to comment, and others are saying that the texts are being taken out of context.
Like always.
Though none of them have disputed their authenticity.
No, they're not going to dispute that it's authentic because they already know it's real. This is something that they do all the time. This is how they talk. This is how they talk about other groups. To make themselves feel better about them, they have to down others. That's how they feel like they're superior because they can talk down about other groups, try to ride the coattails of what their people did in the past and all the people that they killed and conquered and try to act like they've done something because of the things that their people did 200 years ago. I'm better than you because all my people came here and killed everybody. We're so much better than you. This is the shit they ride on. This is the stuff that they go with. Try to act like they're better than somebody because they was able to ride a boat to another country and like didn't do what the other people have been doing for centuries. We know that the people that in the Polynesians, they came from Asia and went to their island. Did they go and kill everybody? You know, did you anything about killing everyone? No. People landed in different places. They said the natives, they came across the Bering Strait, and it was other people that came to America via boat. Did they kill the people that was here? No. That didn't start happening until the Europeans decided to start going places because they needed resources because they were all fighting and killing each other all the time. They needed resources. So they decided to go across the world and start stealing everybody else's shit. When they got there, they started killing people. So, you know, we use It's crazy that you could sit around and talk about how great you are and how much better you are than someone else because your people decided to murder someone. It's not better, man. It's not better. Meanwhile, most civil rights groups say that Gracia's comments echo rhetoric that directly contributes to the hate and discriminatory policies that the Republicans are putting in place every fucking day.
Yep. And they argue that the administration's decision to keep him employed just in a different role signals that racist rhetoric is not always disqualifying you from a position.
And that's not, I mean, it's not disqualifying at all in the Republican Party right now today. I mean, if you say a whole bunch of racist stuff, that's going to get you a raise. You say a whole bunch of things about somebody else, that's going to get you something, that's going to hook you up. They're killing people. The people are dying in America as we speak. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Y'all just be saying the dumbest shit, man. Just say stupid stuff. Yeah, people are being killed in America right now as we speak. Oh, you really said something that was really intelligent there, bro. Oh, my goodness. So let's run the video, man, of Trump. I mean, the Democrats talking to the military, trying to ask them, make sure that the military is not on a situation where they were break the rules or break the laws to listen to Trump. Go ahead and run that video, man.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day to keep Americans safe.
We know you are
right.
We want to speak directly to members of the military.
What is it doing?
We want to speak directly.
We know you are under
the Air Force. The Air Force.
Your vigilance is critical. We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day to keep.
Congressman, any reaction to?
We want to speak directly to members of the military.
Okay, that's weird. Let me try.
Yeah, just add it in again, I guess.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk. This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens. Like us, you all swore an oath
to protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad,
but from right here at home. Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law
or our Constitution.
We know this is hard and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
the Army,
or Navy,
the Air Force,
your vigilance is critical.
And know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
the American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws,
our Constitution,
and who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
Now, that sent Stephen Miller and Trump off the edge.
Mm-hmm.
They were pissed. Pissed. Trump tweeted. Can you find word by word what he tweeted? Yes. But Trump explodes over the video, telling soldiers to ignore illegal orders. He was pissed off to the highest of pistivity. Man was ready to murder people. Pissed off. Stephen Miller, he went on Fox News and he was ready to just murder. Our next story centers on a political flashpoint involving the U.S. military, a viral video about illegal orders, and a furious reaction from Donald Trump and former White House aide Stephen Miller. The video in question was released by a group of Democratic veterans and a constitutional scholar. In it, speakers urged U.S. service members to refuse unconstitutional or illegal orders. A message rooted in long-standing military law and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. But the reaction from Trump and his inner circle has been explosive. Trump called the video treasonous and demanded arrest. And he claimed the Democrats were trying to undermine the military. He called it seditious. Stephen Miller echoed the claims, accusing Democrats of preparing the military to defy a future Trump presidency. This is what they said. It's amazing stuff, man. Amazing stuff. We already saw the video there, man, what Democrats were trying to say. They was just saying, hey, you do not have to listen to illegal orders. The Constitution says it clearly. Clearly, you don't have to obey illegal orders. It frames itself as a constitutional reminder. Military personnel swore an oath to the Constitution not to fucking Trump. The speakers, mainly veterans, law professionals, and civil rights advocates, warned the service members that they may face unlawful directives in the future and emphasized their duty to refuse them under U.S. law. This message is not new. The U.S. military has long taught that obeying illegal or unconstitutional orders can result in criminal liability for service members. But the video has struck a political nerves, and Republicans are pissed. Within hours of its release, Donald Trump erupted on Truth Social, calling the video, quote, disgraceful, dangerous, and an attempt to sabotage the chain of command. He then demanded federal authorities arrest those responsible immediately. Former Trump advisor Stephen Miller joined the attack, calling the video insurrection and propaganda, claiming the Democrats were conditioning soldiers to fucking rebel. It's craziness, man. I just cannot believe the way they are acting over this. They clearly said that we're going to, if you have to refuse illegal orders, no one said don't listen to the president. It said illegal orders. So let's clarify the law here, man. Military officers must refuse illegal orders. That's black letter constitutional law. It's taught in basic training. It's rooted in the Nuremberg principles, the UCMJ, and decades of U.S. military court rulings. Decades. And we've seen this tension emerge before. During the final months of Trump's first term, multiple Pentagon officials publicly expressed concern about being pressured to take actions that could violate the law. A bipartisan group of defense scholars said the same thing earlier this year, warning service members to be alert to unlawful commands. Democrats behind the new video say they released it because they're worried history could repeat itself. They point to Trump's past comments, such as wanting the military to shoot protesters in the leg, and an order even Trump officials refused, which is good. So it's important to note, nothing in the video calls for disobeying lawful orders. The video stresses only the legal obligation to reject unconstitutional ones. The Trump responses frames the video as an attack on him personally, because he know everything he does is illegal, suggesting that telling troops to refuse illegal orders is the same as telling him to defy Trump.
Right. And that's where Trump is triggering. And that's what's causing the political storm that he's now creating. So what does this mean, actually?
This conversation comes at a moment when the military role in politics is under growing scrutiny, man. Pete Hegseth has been in trouble. Some people say he may get fired, as we see other people under him trying to take his job. I believe that he was supposed to be in a certain place representing the country, and someone else that was under him went instead of Hegseth. They're saying that Hegseth is making a lot of bad decisions, and a lot of people are being rubbed the wrong way, but the things that he is saying. The way he went up there on stage and called the generals fat and disrespecting them all, talking about the women and the black people and diversity. I wouldn't be surprised if people were not for this guy, because he's ridiculous. But Trump has repeatedly claimed he would use the military to control protests and carry out immigration crackdowns if reelected. And he did. I mean, this is what he's doing.
Yep. And Stephen Miller has promoted it as what he calls the most aggressive mass deportation operation in American history, which legal experts say that this could require some military participation, which raises major constitutional questions.
Yes, Mr. Truth Only. Trump has had a lot of things that have been deemed illegal. A lot of orders that have been deemed illegal by the courts and the judges. Mm-hmm. A lot of judges have blocked a lot of decisions that he has put forward. So I don't understand. If a judge say it's illegal, why is it not okay for me to say it's illegal? It's illegal, man. What he did with the National Guard in D.C. deemed illegal. Judge said he should not have done that. There was not a situation that was a threat that high that he should have put those people in place. But it doesn't matter, man. You nowadays, we have MAGA telling us that judges don't matter and their opinions don't matter. That they don't even want him to listen to judges. Mm-hmm. And then they're online questioning why we're having no king protests. As y'all try to proclaim this guy as the king, as letting him break the law. There's obvious laws that's put in place to keep these things from happening, and he's going around them, curtailing all of them. And you guys are, it's okay. Why are judges telling him what he can't do? Can't no judge tell Trump anything. It's insane. But when it was the judges telling Biden what he can and can't do when it came to student loans, y'all applauded that. Yeah. Y'all were happy. He has to listen to the judge. But then y'all gotta get in and
he don't have to listen to the judge. He don't have to
listen to the fucking judges. He do whatever the hell he wants to. Who are these judges telling him what to do? Y'all are hypocrites. You're always moving the goalposts. And it's just gross and disgusting to even have conversations with y'all sometimes because you can't stand on any principles because those principles are always moving. Always moving. You want to say that this guy is held to a certain standard, but your guy has no standards at all, and that's okay? So we watched the video, man. And by some, they saw it as a warning that these things is something that Trump could do. But Trump and Miller, they saw it as a threat. And once again, because I believe they saw this as a threat because they want to control the military. Mm-hmm. They want the military to be under their thumb. They want those guys to do whatever they say. And when they say attack a city, you saw Trump talking about we need to get rid of those gnats that are called liberals. We need to go to liberal cities and take them over. He's trying to get the military under him. Not under the country, under him. So when he says something and he wants something done,
they move.
They get shit done and they take out cities that he wants taken out. He wants to turn the military on Chicago and this is what he wants. The National Guard, they don't have to listen to this. They don't have to do this shit that this dude is saying. I'm surprised they've been doing so much, man. And this is why this video came out. Because the National Guard and everybody else that's in the military need to realize you don't have to do these illegal orders. They going around attacking people. ICE is just, man, out of control. But once again, the country is debating where the line is being protecting democracy and politicizing the armed forces. And it's exactly what the Republican Party and Trump is doing today.
Yep. So we're going to continue to follow this story, both as the political and military leaders respond. And we'll have more on what the Pentagon officials are saying behind the scenes because they are quietly weighing in on what's going on. So we'll keep you updated on what happens with that.
Yeah, man. So, I see this guy talking about blacks killing blacks. There's whites killing whites too, man. Don't focus on us, man. because 85, 90% of whites get killed by another white person. So you may want to focus on your people instead of spending your time focus on black crime. Because 9 times out of 10, the person that's going to kill you will look just like you. But hey, you can I live in a world of statistics and reading. You can live in your racist world if you want to. But y'all always so focused on black crime. Never want to do anything about it. You just want to bring it up to try to say, oh, they're animals. Look at them. But like I said, yeah, 90% of black people are killed by someone that look, but 85, 90% of white people are the same. So why don't we talk about white on white crime? Is that something we should be talking about all the time? Whites kill whites on the regular, every day, daily. Should we be focusing on that? Get your racist ass up. So we saw the Epstein saga, man. Trump has signed the Epstein file, and they have like 28, 29 days to release the information. And we've seen a lot of it, man. We don't know what more information is coming out. I'm not 100% sure that any more information is coming out. Just like I was talking to Aiden here, and we all believe that they're going to redact. They're going to use.
It's going to be heavily redacted.
Yeah, they're going to use these investigations that Pam Bondi just launched the last few days to block the files and redact everything, and that's what they'll do. And that's what they'll do. And they'll go on with their lives and say that, oh, we were transparent, we released everything. But I really don't think the Epstein files will ever be released. And it's crazy to see how many times Trump's name has came up in all these emails and the things that they were talking about. These guys openly talking about getting girls to come, sending girls from overseas in different countries, talking about girls that Trump had known in the past and they were going to get her over. Like, it's crazy, man. And we, the Republican sentence all week to try to defeat this or to deflect has been, why didn't Biden release the files? Why do the Democrats care now?
That's like their number one
question. That's all they have right now is that. But who cares? I don't even care. We're here now. Trump and them ran on releasing the files, and hey, let's go. Release them. We saw the emails, and the emails got your name in every other email. Not good. So let's go. Release them fully. I don't think they're going to be released. I really don't.
Because they're not.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of uncertainty. And I do think that Trump and them, they're going to play games, man. And, they signed the bill fast. Nobody wants to be the guy that's known for holding back information from pedophiles to come out. Trump, he's fought it. You saw the videos. He's acted a fool with everyone. He's yelled at everyone that's brought it up or asked him a question about it. He snapped on them. He's had every deflection in calling it a Democrat hoax. Then he said, oh, I'm going to investigate them. Even though it's a hoax, I'm still going to investigate Democrats. How you going to? It's a hoax. It's made up. How you going to investigate people? Then he's deflecting, talking about Clinton and Summers and Harvard and all these other people that were there. Oh, it's Democrats. He just hung out with Democrats. That's all. I mean, dude, he's a trash person. The snitching he doing is crazy. When your name has came up 500,000 times. So we turn into a major question, man, hanging over Washington. Will the Epstein files ever actually see the light of day? Will Donald Trump do what he says? He signed the bipartisan Epstein files bill. He signed it, even though he didn't need that to release them. He could have released them at any time. The bill passed overwhelmingly by both the House and the Senate. The law is designed to force the Department of Justice to release sealed records connected to Jeffrey Epstein, his associates, visitors, enablers, and financial networks. Now, a lot of Republicans have brought up things like, "Oh, it's Democrats. We don't care who's in there. There's Democrats in there, and they've done some things that was crazy. Get rid of them too."
Right. And despite the bill's passage and Trump's public declarations, there's growing concern across both parties that the files may never fully be released, or that what does get published will be heavily edited, incomplete, or could be delayed for years.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do a combination of all.
I think so too.
Yeah, I just don't believe this guy. I do not believe this guy at all. In the Wednesday night social media post, President Trump claimed he signed the Epstein files bill. Democrats have been covering for Epstein for years. Oh man, this dude is crazy. So I mean, Democrats have been covering him for years. As we see him talk to Bannon all the time, he's talking to Bannon. He's talking about Trump. People are saying he had access to Trump while Trump was in the White House.
His first term.
Right. Now he's saying Democrats have been covering up for Epstein for years. Their connections will soon be revealed, he says. He repeated his allegations that Democrats are using the files as a hoax to distract from his agenda and his great agenda of making the economy better and making everything cheaper. And it's working so great. And Democrats want to deflect from that and distract from his great agenda. Adding that the issue will, quote, backfire on the Democrats just as all the rest have. The president has offered zero evidence of this. Like always, he never needs evidence. He can just say what the fuck he wants to, and his people are going to run and drink the Kool-Aid.
Yep.
They don't need evidence. They're idiots. Why would they need evidence? So, no evidence that Democrats have attempted to hide the files or that the bill is part of a political trap. No evidence. Nothing. He's just saying nonsense, like always. But let's get into what Pam Bondi said, man. Before Trump's announcement, Attorney General Pam Bondi appeared on ABC News and delivered two key statements that raised eyebrows in Washington.
First, Bondi said that the DOJ would follow the law as written. And second, she revealed that the new information had been brought to the department about the Epstein files, and she declined to elaborate on what new documentation had prevailed. No details, no timelines, no explanation of what new developments she was actually referring to.
And I really think that that's going to be a part of the playbook. They're going to use, some new information has came out. And
So
since this new information has came out, we can't release the files because there's so much information that's came out that we didn't know existed. Even though we have heard from these people that we have all the data, we have all the information, and the case is closed several times. Now there's more information that's out there, and we need to go and find it. So we already see what they're doing. We already see it. And that's where the political world is asking whether this new information might become a legal excuse to delay or withhold portions of the files. Some legal analysts say it is highly unusual for the DOJ to hint at new information on the exact day the president signs a new bill. But that's exactly what they did. They're looking for loopholes in this bill for they can backdoor and not release these fucking files.
And that's where the story gets complicated, because the bill that Trump signed is being celebrated as full transparency. But the text of the law contains major exceptions, loopholes that critics say could gut the entire release of the files.
Yeah, man. So the bill explicitly states that the Justice Department may withhold or redact victims' identities, personal files, medical files, any information deemed necessary to protect an ongoing investigation. Any material that could compromise safety or privacy, any information tied to national security exemptions, they will redact.
That's a lot of categories. Victim protections are standard and are very important. But those other categories give the DOJ tremendous power to slice out entire sections of the Epstein network story, especially some of the names to adult individuals who may have had connections or ties with Epstein.
And you know, a lot of legal experts we've heard talking about this say that there are now 3 major obstacles standing between the public and the fully transparent release. Number 1, DOJ discretion. And Bondi has made statements, and some clear statements. The department, not Congress, not the president, gets to decide on what stays sealed. Ongoing investigations clause. DOJ claims any part of the Epstein network is still under investigation. They can withhold entire documents indefinitely, forever. But also the National Security Clause. This is the biggest one. In prior court filings, the government has argued that some Epstein materials contain intelligence contacts, foreign individuals with security ties, private travel logs connected to diplomatic missions. If invoked, this could block release for years or maybe even permanently. And I think that that may be something that they are trying or going to do.
Yep, because there's a growing speculation in Washington that Bondi's reference to the new information may provide a political escape hatch for Trump. If releasing the files becomes politically dangerous, for example, if the Republicans figure prominently that Bondi could simply argue, we must protect the victims, or we must protect ongoing investigations. We must follow the law, which technically all are true, but they're all ways to keep those names hidden.
Yeah, man. This is what's going on, man. This is the playbook. And we're going to watch this play out over the next month. And we'll see what happens. We'll keep you guys updated, and we'll keep making sure that we report on this. This suspicion only intensified because, Trump himself, man, he has abruptly changed his tone as we watched him for the first year just act a fool anytime questions come up about this guy. And just weeks ago, Trump criticized Republicans pushing the bill. So now he is claiming he's leading the transparency effort. He's so transparent. But critics argue this shift happened only once he learned the bill allows massive redactions, giving him cover to sign it without political risk. And I believe that. I believe he saw an out and he took it. And once he got that out, he was like, oh yeah, let's do it.
Yep. Instantly. Believe it.
Me too.
Yep. So here's the honest fact-based assessment based on everything that we know today. A full unredacted release is extremely unlikely. And a partially released set of files, which is missing key names, is far more probable than what we're likely going to see.
Yeah. Experts say DOJ could drag out this process for months, even years, simply through internal review or classification protocols. Some analysts believe the public may ultimately receive heavily edited logs, documents missing the most powerful names, sanitized summaries, or only victim-related reports with no perpetrators listed.
Exactly. So the biggest question that remains is, does the American public actually get the truth? Or just another carefully controlled leak?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Who knows? Who knows? But nobody knows. We'll see. We will see, man. And a lot of people are clamoring for these files and for these every documents to be released. And we see the fight from Trump, and we'll see what happens. But like I said, I am not really. I don't really think that they're going to come out. I think they're going to do everything they can to block as much information. And then, like they said before, we already released everything. Now that's a lie. We see that's a lie because they didn't release everything. But we'll continue to monitor developments from the Justice Department as the review process begins, and we'll update you the moment a timeline or even a partial release is announced. And we'll keep talking about this, man. And then everybody's talking about it, but there are things that some people aren't talking about, and we'll make sure that these things are being talked about daily as long as we are on live. Now, what is this? All right, so we got a couple things talking about. We got Mike Johnson sweating the Charlotte protest. We got a couple things going, videos we're going to play. The political world is shaking, tariffs, hypocrisy, chaos, and a Republican speaker melting down on live TV. Plus, new pressure over the Epstein files. We already know that. And why Trump's sudden openness is some expert calling it a strategic stall. And later, the Coast Guard quietly rewrites the rules on hate symbols until the public finds out. AOC is calling it out, generally frightening. And it's crazy, man.
And also, Marjorie Taylor Greene suddenly wants to end toxic fighting. Is this real life, or is this just election year cosplay? We're gonna break it down for you right here, right now, in our videos that you're about to see.
Number one, Trump tariffs and the Supreme Court on camera. Let's switch one. That's what we got. All right, I think we got Scott Bessent. Trump's plan to bring back. Did we bring that in? There you go. Yeah. Impacts of tariffs.
Real quick, Secretary, what are you expecting from the Supreme Court? Tariffs have already brought you, what, $200 billion or so. If the Supreme Court goes against you in this upcoming decision, are you going to have to pay back, the U.S. government will have to pay back $200 billion in tariff revenue already collected? What's the backup plan?
Well, Maria, I want to say this in the strongest possible terms. I think that there are 3 points here. Is one, this is one of President Trump's signature policies, and traditionally the Supreme Court does not interfere with a president's signature policy. 2, this is an emergency authority, which is IEPA. President Trump has successfully used that. To, as we talked about earlier, on the rare earths problem, he threatened substantial tariffs on China, and that made the rare earths flow.
Yes.
2, numerous of the peace deals that he's negotiated, he threatened to put tariffs on the countries, and that got us to the peace deal. 3, when we're talking about fentanyl, we had fentanyl tariffs. And what is more of an emergency than hundreds of thousands of Americans dying every year? No one had been able to get the Chinese to the table with these precursor drugs. Right. And then 3, I would push this back onto the Supreme Court. I don't think this ruling is going to go against us, but if it does, what's their plan for refunds? Because how is this going to get to consumers? Are they just going to hand the some of these importers big windfalls? What if the exporters have given big discounts already, and then you're going to give a refund on the tariff, so they'd be making it on both sides. So I don't think the Supreme Court wants to wade into a mess like that.
Yep.
Well, I mean, You listen to Scott Bessent just spew a whole bunch of garbage. I mean, you listen to him talking about putting tariffs on fentanyl. Fentanyl is illegal. How are you going to put tariffs on it? That sounds insane to me. You know, this guy is making a lot of bold claims, and Bessent on Trump's tariffs. I mean, I just don't understand the lies that these guys are telling. It's hurting our country. I mean, this is one of Trump's signature policies, and traditionally the Supreme Court does not interfere with the president's signature policies, what he's saying. But when Biden was trying to pass laws to help student loans, the judges blocked that. So what are you talking about? Judges interfere with things that they believe is unconstitutional, or maybe they don't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. Fentanyl is not illegal, is what they're telling me. Okay. Yeah, man. And I think the Supreme Court, they may say that his tariffs are illegal, man. And if that happens, I mean, this all of the tariffs that he's put in place will come off, and oh my goodness, it will help so many. It will help so many companies. He's destroyed so many people. So many people have gone out of business because of these tariffs that he's put in place. He's destroying small businesses. The Republican Party is supposed to be pro small business, while this guy is tearing them apart. So, I mean, it's remarkable, man. He's basically signaling that don't expect the court to check Trump, but I hope that's the Supreme Court does something about it. But I'm not, I don't know for sure, because you know how they are. They have been pro-Trump. But man, dude, if they let this guy do this, man, a president shouldn't be able to put blanket tariffs and hurt companies and businesses just because he feels like it.
Right.
This affects the entire country. Tariffs are horrible.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, we're seeing that his policies are hurting the economy.
Yep. And let's be real. Tariffs are actually taxes. They fall hardest on working class families, but Bessent is telling us the quiet part out loud.
Right.
Trump's court is Trump's shield.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's been rather sad to see the Supreme Court just be an arm of the Republican Party and MAGA movement, because that's what it's been. Now, we saw that Marjorie Taylor Greene has bowed out. She's going to step down from her seat on January 6th of next year. She's not going to run again. And one of the things that she was talking about is wanting to end toxic politics. You know, she was one of the people that was heading this, man. She was one of the worst people that was pushing the toxicity. And now, you know, she started getting some death threats, and things for her life isn't going as good as she wants. And, you know, some of the things are knocking on her door. So now she wants out. So it's crazy, man, how Republicans are. They don't care about anything until it's knocking on their door. And Trump, you know, he tweeted on his Truth Social or whatever you want to call it. He said he called her Marjorie Taylor Brown. Just disrespectful, man. He's a child. He's a child. This is the people that you follow. A child, calling her names, and even calling people names since day one. He's a loser. Only losers talk mess about people and call people fucking names. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Now we need to talk about the strangest headline of the week, man. Marjorie Taylor Greene says she is going to step down, and she wants to end the toxic fighting in politics.
The president says he's withdrawing support for you, encouraging primary challengers. You were one of his biggest supporters. What do you think happened here?
Well, Dana, thank you for having me on, and that is true. I stood with President Trump when virtually no one else did.
campaigned all over the country, spent millions of my own dollars helping him get elected. And I think that's incredibly important. And I do support him and his administration. And I support them in delivering the campaign promises we made to the American people. His remarks, of course, have been hurtful. However, I have something in my heart that I think is incredibly important for our country, and that is to end the toxic fighting in politics. And this has been going on for years, and it has divided our country, split up friends and families, neighbors, and it's not solving our problems. The most hurtful thing he said, which is absolutely untrue, is he called me a traitor, and that is so extremely wrong. And those are the types of words used that can radicalize people against me and put my life in danger.
What do you think happened? What do you think is the reason for this?
Unfortunately, it has all come down to the Epstein files, and that is shocking. And, you know, I stand with these women. I stand with rape victims. I stand with children who are in terrible sex abuse situations. And I stand with survivors of trafficking and those that are trapped in sex trafficking. And I will not apologize for that. I believe the country deserves transparency in these files. And I don't believe that rich, powerful people should be protected if they have done anything wrong. And so I'm standing with the women, and I will continue to do my small part to get the files released.
Now,
this is real life. This real life.
Switch.
The same Marjorie Taylor Greene who told colleagues to shut up. The same Marjorie who tried to oust her own speaker. The same Marjorie who spent 4 years firing off flamethrowers on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I don't get it, man. But you know, the Republican Party is in the crossroads right now. She's stepping down. She wants nothing to do with what's going on, man. The pressure that Trump is putting on people, and the way he's acting and the way he's treating people, no one wants to stick with that. I really believe that more people are going to step down as the days go on.
Mm-hmm.
Republicans, it's crazy to see how fast y'all change on people. That's because they don't keep on spitting your bullshit, and they got a mind of their own, and they're done drinking the Kool-Aid. And what do? Y'all turn on them. She's crazy. She's this. Like, man, y'all turn on people fast, bro. Calling her names. Like, dog, it's crazy. But this is the people that MAGA, this is what MAGA is about. This is what they're about, man. They traded on Marjorie Taylor Greene, and they'll trade on you. If you ever think for a second, hey, maybe what Trump is doing is not right, they're gonna trade on you. They're gonna call you names. They're gonna fight you just because you think, hey, maybe that's not right. What, you thinking Trump didn't do anything right? What's going on? You can't think Trump did something wrong. No. They want to kill you. So the pressure to release the files have been ratcheted up this weekend to the point where it passed straight through the Congress, straight through Senate, and Trump signed it fast.
Super fast.
Fast, man.
But let's go ahead and move on to something a little bit more serious, where attorney Jack Scarola, who represented nearly 20 Epstein survivors, explained why Trump's name did come up in Epstein's original deposition. Let's go ahead and roll that video if we have it. You were just on it right there. There you go.
Just before I let you go, we played the sound of you in that 2010 deposition with Jeffrey Epstein. That was long before Donald Trump was president. Why did you ask that question about Donald Trump in that deposition?
I cannot talk about the confidential communications that I have had with my clients. But what I can tell you is that there was a reasonable basis for concern about the role that many others might play in providing evidence of the nature and extent of Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. One of the people on the list of individuals who was reasonably anticipated to have knowledge that could be significant in the investigation was Donald Trump.
You heard that, right? You heard that, right?
Yeah, man. It's not looking good for this guy. But you know, they're going to do everything they can to protect him because they don't give a fuck about the victims. They only care if they are right and if their guy looks right. That's the only thing they care about, and they don't care who they hurt.
Yep.
And this lawyer says this.
Yeah, you're right.
And straightforward, no conspiracy. Investigators simply believe Trump might have relevant information. That's what the lawyer said. Mike Johnson melts down on camera.
Yep, because Speaker Johnson had been shook for days. I believe we have that video of Johnson reversing on discharge petition.
Yeah.
Any reaction to Leader Thune seeing the bill without adding amendments or changing it?
I am deeply disappointed in this outcome. I think I'm told I've been at the state dinner. I don't know. I was just told that Chuck Schumer rushed it to the floor and put it out there preemptively. It needed amendments. I just spoke to the president about that. We'll see what happens.
So do you think he may veto it? You say you spoke to the president?
I'm not saying that.
Is he supportive of it in its current form?
We both have concerns about it, so we'll see. I was standing there with the Crown Prince. We couldn't talk.
Are you frustrated in the majority leader? Are you upset with the majority leader?
He answered simple questions.
Yeah, man, he's running.
Running.
Don't want to answer questions. Don't want to be transparent, as they keep saying they're so transparent. He fought for it for weeks, then flipped, then froze on camera when asked about the Senate vote. The man is not built for this moment, man. He's folding.
At all.
Mike Johnson, he's shook. He doesn't look like he really knows what he's doing out there. Now next, let's go into Trump and how he's been treating reporters that bring up the Epstein files and how he's attacking them and treating them like trash, even if they ask questions about the files. And he's supposed to be so fucking transparent and open about everything. But for some reason, he's treating everyone like shit that ask a simple fucking question.
Yep. Like you said, and the president, he's unraveling on camera anytime the Epstein files are mentioned. All the reporter has to do is say Jeffrey Epstein.
And he fucking loses it.
Flips.
Run the video. Yeah.
Is that pretty good?
Mr. President, why wait for Congress to release the Epstein files? Why not just do it now?
You know, it's not the question that I mind, it's your attitude. I think you are a terrible reporter.
What attitude?
It's the way you ask these questions. You start off with a man who's highly respected, asking him a horrible, insubordinate, and just a terrible question. And you could even ask that same exact question nicely. You're all psyched up. Somebody psychs you over at ABC. You're going to psych it. You're a terrible person and a terrible reporter. As far as the Epstein files is, I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert. But I guess I turned out to be right. But you know who does have? Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, who ran Harvard, was with him every single night, every single weekend. They lived together. They went to his island many times. I never did. Andrew Weissman, I hear. All these guys were friends of his. You don't even talk about those people. You just keep going on the Epstein files. And what the Epstein is a Democrat hoax to try and get me not to be able to talk about the $21 trillion that I talked about today. It's a hoax. Now, I just got a little report, and I put it in my pocket, of all the money that he's given to Democrats. He gave me none, zero, no money to me. But he gave money to Democrats. And people are wise to your hoax, and ABC's is your company, your crappy company, is one of the perpetrators. And I'll tell you something. I think the license should be taken away from ABC.
Wow,
Because
really?
your news is so fake and
Wow.
is so wrong. And we
Okay.
have a great commissioner, the chairman, who should look at that, because I think when you come in and when you're 97% negative to Trump, and then Trump wins the election in a landslide,
Third person.
that means
Okay.
obviously your news is not credible, and you're not credible as a reporter. So I've answered your question. You should go and look at the Democrats who received money from Epstein, who spent their time. Larry Summers was with him all the time. That creep, the fund guy, was with.
What a disgrace. That's the president, dude. That is the president of the United States. Treating people like trash. Telling this reporter that she's not a good person for doing her fucking job. You're going to treat her bad because she saw something that where she can ask a question and you called on her. Then you're going to disrespect her company, her job, talk about taking the motherfucking company away, their license away. These are the things that's against the First Amendment. All these people that talk about Second Amendment, but he goes against the First Amendment almost daily, and they have no problem with it. Take Jimmy Kimmel off. Take this person off. Take that person off. Like, this dude don't believe in the First Amendment. He think that he can control reporters and what questions they're gonna fucking ask. They're gonna ask whatever questions that is the fucking biggest fucking question of the day. They're gonna ask that. They're gonna ask what's ever going on inside of that is blowing up, and the people want to know. They're gonna ask. If their readers are interested, they are going to ask. It's ridiculous that we have a fucking grown baby fucking president who don't know how to control his own fucking emotions. It's ridiculous. I wish we can go back to the days of having a president that knew how to respectfully talk to people. This shit is a fucking disgrace. And anyone that's liking this shit, anyone likes the president acting this way, talking to people this way, calling people pigs, calling people names. It's just disgusting behavior.
Mm-hmm.
It's disgusting. Call the reporter terrible. You say, it's not the question I mind. I think you are a terrible reporter. He's mad because they asked the one question he doesn't want on tape.
Yep.
Epstein. And she asks fucking relevant questions. He can fucking release the files anytime he wants to. Why wait? You have the power. Why wait for fucking Congress? You can just do it. Why wait for them to fucking sign a bill? Exactly. Why not just fucking do it now? All right, we're going to take a phone call. Let's see what's going on. Thanks for calling Habari Live. What's up?
Just watching the show. I figured I'd chime in, see what's going on.
For sure. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about, I'm on the right. I voted for Trump.
Okay.
Yeah, they pretty much sold us out. They're all bought and blackmailed by Israel. Both parties seem to be, the only thing they agree on is sending Israel missiles and going to wars.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no mass deportations. Anyone that disagrees is a Nazi, anti-Semite. It's like they did a 180.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say it now, like, voters are pissed, and we're just not going to show up for the midterms. They're cooked.
Yeah.
100%. They're cooked.
I have to agree, man, with the Israel from both sides. It's so much money is spent on making sure Israel is okay. And these guys have abundance of funds where they can get their people health care, and they don't have to do a lot of different things because America is subsidizing everything for them. When it comes to military, when it comes to money, we're just owned by them. And I have to agree with you, brother. And it's a big person to admit that things aren't going the way you wanted them to go. And I want to give you applause for that, because sometimes it's hard to admit that, brother.
I mean, it's even bigger than that, because like you got like this Epstein release, and a lot of people don't really look into all that. But it's not just Zionists. It's like it's both parties from Israel that were funding this guy. You had Leslie Wexner, who's like they come here as Americans. They're rich, but their interests are with Israel.
That's right.
And then you have like Leslie Wexner and Ehud Barak, the Prime Minister of Israel, 30 documented visits. The President of Israel is flying to some private home in New York, meeting with this guy. All his properties are videotaped and all that. And you have all these communications. It's like anyone who's really done a deep dive into Epstein knows that they were not here around the elite to make friends. They were here to blackmail. And then you got these rich Israel-aligned Jews on both sides. You have the Soroses to the Miriam Adelsons, hundreds of millions of dollars. They buy up all our politicians. AIPAC, unregistered foreign lobby. They operate with a degree of secrecy. I mean, this is. It's almost ridiculous. And then the Trump administration gets in the office, and you got Mike Huckabee meeting with Jonathan Pollard, the guy who stole all our top secrets and essentially worked as a spy for the Israelis. And then Trump let him go to Israel, where he's now running as a far-right candidate for the Likud party, and he is on X talking about nuking us. These people are not our friends. And the people on the right that still hasn't caught up, and they're just eating the neocon plot. I mean, just take a look at what's happened the last year. Anyone on the right that's kind of watching this right now, all of the pillars, all of the America First people that were on the right who are not eating the neocon slop are now all Nazi anti-Semites. And the ranks are filled with lifelong establishment neocons. And it's just more of the same. And quite frankly, I think that the right and the left agree on more than they disagree. I think the extremists on the left and like the Trump cult on the right and the far left extremists, like the puberty blocker people, all those people need to not be taken seriously anymore. I think there's a populist left and right that should work together. And it's the only way we're going to get past this. They have us killing each other. For 10 years, we're arguing about bathrooms and shit.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, we're bombing all over the Middle East. And what do we get? What do we got out of it? We got 50-year mortgages? That's the dream? Like, what the fuck? Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay, brother. It's not the dream, man.
I'm just pissed, man.
It's not the dream, and something has to
it's
be
not
done.
Right.
It's not right. I have to 100% agree with you. And we have people on the far left and the far right. Some of them, it seems, are becoming a more neutralized group that's saying we are not pro-Israel, and it's something that the Israelis are starting to see. They're starting to pay podcasters to say good things about them. They're paying a lot of these guys, man, and
force feeding it to
them. Man, and it's crazy. A lot of these guys are taking the money, and they're going out and making sure they're saying good things about Israel. And these guys are on the left and the right. So it is a big problem.
Problem is though, the people that are like that really have been eating the culture war slop that they also force feed to us, through the mainstream news, which they fund, which is all owned and operated either by Israeli born. You got, what's his name? I can't think of the guy's name right now. Like, in response to all this, they're buying up more of our media. They're buying Larry Ellison.
Yeah.
He's a big IDF donor, funds Benjamin Netanyahu's legal fund. They're buying up all of our media. Trump just forced the sale of TikTok to to these Israelis. And it's like, even before that, they owned a lot of our media.
Right.
And like they're injecting ideology into our culture, into our society on both sides, like all the open border stuff. That's all Labor Party aligned Israelis. You have like they have a vested interest in keeping us all divided, keeping us all at each other's throats, so that we think political wins is Cracker Barrel changing their logo, or
right.
Or who gets to use the bathroom, and it's slop. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people who've been just eating that slop for a long time.
Yeah.
And those people that are just totally brainwashed by that level of slop are just not going to be able to, coalition build. And we really just need normal people who love America on both sides.
That's real.
That can work together. That's what we need to move towards.
Yeah, man. I 100% agree with you. And it's Steve, right?
What'd you say?
What was your name?
Oh, I'm Bobby.
Bobby. Well, we thank you for calling in, bro. And we appreciate your look on this. And I agree with a lot of statements that you said. And we appreciate you calling, bro.
Cool, man. Thank you, brother.
For sure. Have a good rest of your day. Yeah, he came in to drop some science. And I agree with a lot of things that he was saying, man. It's a lot of things that's going on when it comes to Israel. And when it comes to the money that they are putting in the media and the propaganda that they are putting into this country right now. And I'm a person I'm not fully on this Israel bandwagon, especially after the genocide that they perpetrated against the Palestinians. It was pretty disgusting how they were acting. And it made me do a complete 180 on how I felt about them and us protecting them. Because it seems to me that they don't need our dollars, that they can fucking take care of themselves. And we can put that money to something to need in America. They can take care of themselves, man. They're going around taking out Lebanon. They're bombing people in Iraq. They're killing people in Iran. They're just doing whatever the hell they want to. And we just keep on just putting dollars into their pockets. Netanyahu is a fucking criminal. He has warrants out for him across fucking Europe. Trump is asking him to drop the fucking case for he can just get away free with murdering people for no fucking reason, killing journalists. The IDF has been on some bull, man. And there's a lot of podcasters taking money from them and pushing pro-Israeli propaganda across the people and across the country. I'm not with it. I'm not saying I'm anti, but I'm not 100% with what they've been doing. And we was at the last video we watched. Trump talked about taking away licenses. He gets mad when he's getting certain questions. How is that transparency? That's again authoritarian energy, and that's what this guy is about. So. What else we got? Let's roll this Jasmine Crockett video, man, and her talking about some of the things that has been going on in the Trump administration.
Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem. Not only has Secretary Noem been busy filming propaganda ads, she's also been busy cashing in on millions of taxpayer dollars. In fact, Secretary Noem has funneled millions of dollars to a company called the Strategy Group. The Strategy Group helped Secretary Noem win her campaign to become the governor of South Dakota. Corey Lewandowski, her top policy advisor, has worked with the firm. And the company's CEO is married to Secretary Noem's chief spokesperson, Mrs. Tricia McLaughlin. This is what corruption looks like. They're stealing money from the American people's pockets and depositing it into their bank accounts.
Nah. I'd applaud Jasmine Crockett. She's always fighting a good fight. And this mess needs to be called out. What the Trump administration is doing, they are looting. They are looting funds right now from the federal government. These guys are robbing us blind. Now, this is just a minuscule amount of some of the things that they are doing, funneling money. And he's in his face when he's sitting with the Saudi prince, all the deals that they are making and all the money that they are putting into Trump's pocket to $20 million that they've already put into his pockets already. More money is going into the motherfucking Trump funds from the Saudis, from Qatar. This guy is getting rich off us. Now let's roll this video of Mike Johnson on the Senate Epstein vote. Mike Johnson is shook as always. It's at the bottom. There we go.
It is the Republicans who are acting in good faith, and I believe the American people are going to see that and understand it. I'm going to vote to move this forward. I think it could be close to a unanimous vote because everybody here, all the Republicans, want to go on record to show they're for maximum transparency, but they also want to note that we're demanding that this stuff get corrected before it is ever moves through the process and is completed.
This guy is a stuttering. He's just stutter because he's lying. That's why he's stuttering. The Republicans have done everything they can. This dude shut down the government and did everything he can for Congress would not be in session, for people couldn't vote on this. He made sure the congresswoman from Tucson wasn't voted in, for they couldn't vote on this and release these files. This man just realized that the vote isn't going his way, man, and things aren't going his way like he wants. Now we have do we have one talking about Charlotte? No. But we supposed to have a video where Fox News we're talking about people with inflatable frogs and how dangerous they are. Yeah, man. They said the protest was dangerous and chaotic while standing next to a big inflatable frog. You can't make this shit up, man. Damn, do we have a piggy video? Piggy? Yeah, Trump calling the girl piggy.
Yeah, there it is right there.
There we go.
Tomorrow, and I'll let the president speak for himself. Natalie.
Thank you, Caroline. What did the president mean when he called a reporter piggy?
Look, the president is very frank and honest with everyone in this room. You've all seen it yourself. You've all experienced it yourselves, and I think it's one of the many reasons that the American people reelected this president, because of his frankness. And he calls out fake news when he sees it. He gets frustrated with reporters when you lie about him, when you spread fake news about him and his administration. But he also is the most transparent president in history. And he gives all of you in this room, as you all know, unprecedented access. You are in the Oval Office almost every day asking the president questions. And so I think the president being frank and open and honest to your faces, rather than hiding behind your backs, is frankly a lot more respectful than what you saw in the last administration, where you had a president who lied to your face and then didn't speak to you for weeks and hid upstairs and didn't take your questions. So I think everyone in this room should appreciate the frankness and the openness that you get from President Trump on a near daily basis.
Holy shit. So basically, Caroline just said that, that Trump was telling the girl the truth, that she's a pig, that he was being transparent. And he's the most open president ever by calling this girl a name. I mean, dog, that's what she just said, that this dude was being open and honest. He was being disrespectful and an asshole. How the fuck can you defend that? But that's what's going on, man. Your boss called somebody a piggy instead of you saying, hey, maybe he shouldn't say things like that. They defended this mess. She defended this stupid shit. Caroline Leavitt. I can't believe that she can even use the words respectful or honest. Where's the honesty in that? Calling reporters piggy is now honest. What the fuck planet are we living in today? This shit is just ridiculous. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, if this was a Democrat, he would be held to a higher standard. People would be so upset that this Democrat calling people names. When it's a Republican, crickets. They have nothing to say. They let their people get away and do whatever the fuck they want to, and everybody else has to keep motherfucking chasing the rules. It's crazy how everyone else is held to a different standard than the fucking president. the president is held to a lower standard than a fucking 5-year-old in preschool. That's crazy. You got it?
Yeah, they said that the protest was dangerous and chaotic while standing next to the inflatable phone.
You on segment 6.
Okay. But finally, the stunning policy reversal from the U.S. Coast Guard. They quietly released an internal document this month calling symbols like swastikas and nooses merely potentially divisive. Potentially divisive. We know that swastikas are Nazis, and nooses are famously known for the lynchings of Black Americans.
Mm-hmm.
But they're potentially divisive.
Not hate symbols, not threatening, just divisive. Let's go ahead and run this clip of AOC talking about this bullshit Nazi decision that the Coast Guard has made under Trump.
Congressman, any reaction to Kristi Noem removing the hate symbol designation from the swastika, the noose, and the Confederate flag from Coast Guard?
Well, I mean, I'm being informed about this right now from you, but you know, once I look into it, that's shocking. A swastika is one of the most clear, definitional, and most violent symbols of hatred in all of humanity, let alone in the United States. And so to remove that from designation per these reports that you're informing me of is quite shocking, and it indicates a possible collaboration with those very elements, which is, I think, genuinely frightening to any American.
So after a public outcry led by the Washington Post, they reversed this fucking change in hours as they saw how stupid this sounds. But, you know, they keep trying. They keep trying to push racist ass policies. Like, this is what they are doing. This is what they're spending time doing. Mm-hmm. Trying to figure out, how can we be more racist today? Oh, well, the Nazi symbol isn't that bad. And we got people in the comment section trying to check up for it. I saw people all in the comment sections trying to say, oh, it's the Nazi symbol isn't that bad. But well, it came from the Indians. It came from this group. It was a peace symbol. Like, dog, y'all so fucking stupid, man. Y'all say anything.
Ignorant.
Anything to make it seem like what you do is okay. Well, it was a black guy. He owned a slave. So that made it okay that everybody else owned slaves because it was a black dude did it too. Like, dog, y'all say the dumbest shit. Like, my mother would tell me when I was fucking little, oh, hey, if your friend jumped off a bridge, you gonna jump off the bridge too, idiot? Yes, I'm going to jump off the bridge too, and I'm going to say, well, he did it first. So I was just following him. You fucking idiots, dog. These people are silly, man. Think for your fucking self for once. It's ridiculous. ALC reaction is normal.
Yep.
A swastika is one of the clearest symbols of hate. Removing that designation indicates possible collaborations with those elements.
And she's right. You don't soften the definition of a swastika unless something was very wrong is happening behind scenes.
And we've talked about it earlier today. The Republican Party has a Nazi problem.
They do.
Laura Loomer, she tweeted that. Laura Loomer, the racist Laura Loomer, she admitted it. We have a Nazi problem in the Republican Party. And if you don't see that, you are blind. This is Laura Loomer talking. She said this shit straight out, tweeted it. We have a problem in the Republican Party with Nazis. That's what they have. Today showed one thing clearly, man. This country is wrestling with Nazi shit They're wrestling with truth and accountability, and real democratic collapse in slow motion is happening as we see this authoritarian regime push their authoritarian policies on the people.
Yep. We'll keep covering it, the chaos, the contradictions, and the moments of clarity, because we want you to be as informed as we are when it comes to those midterms next year in November.
Yeah, man. We want to keep the pressure on the Republican Party. We want people like Bobby, who called in and was able to admit that he was bamboozled by Trump and all of his promises that he did not keep. He was put in office to make things more affordable. He was put in office to make it easier for us to go to the grocery store and buy new products. But what did he do? He made it harder. He made products more expensive. Mm-hmm. He started a trade war because his ego doesn't give a fuck about the things that we are going through. He doesn't even know what fucking groceries are. You see him? It's an old-fashioned word, groceries. I've never heard that word in a while. Nobody uses that word anymore, groceries. Yeah, because you don't fucking buy your own fucking groceries. Somebody buys the shit, fills your refrigerator. You don't know what that shit is. It's just, you see shit in your refrigerator. Your maid takes care of it. You don't even know what the fucking word groceries is. Like it's an old-fashioned word, groceries. Like people are still using that word. They still use that. People say groceries still? I didn't know that. Like this dude is so far detached from the fucking real world because he's been such fucking rich bastard so long. Mm-hmm. And you dumbasses really think that this motherfucker who don't know what groceries is gives a fuck about the prices of your eggs. They try to pull the wool over our eyes and tell us that the meat and the beef isn't fucking skyrocketing, bringing up the price of fucking Thanksgiving dinner at Walmart to try to prove that shit is cheaper. And it's a bad plan. Everybody can see that it was cheaper last year than it is fucking this year. But hey, what the fuck do we do? What do we do? This shit's ridiculous. It's disgusting. It's nasty work. Nasty work, man. It's been a crazy week in politics, man. Another crazy week. But hopefully more and more people are starting to see what the Trump policies and the Republican talking points and the Republican policies that are being in place is not helping. It's hurting the American public. We have to do what we have to do to try to make sure that these people are held accountable. And we have to do what we have to do to make sure that we are not done screaming to the top of our lungs of all the things that are terrible and the things that are bad that is coming out of this administration. Oh my God. I wish the Republicans would come up with some more talking points, man. The 13% of the population and 52% of crime is the dumbest shit. Right. I'm so sick of y'all saying that shit, man. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I can come up with statistics too. It's dumb. Please learn something else. Trump won because of black people. We know. Trump won because you people hate black people. We understand. We understand that. You have a spammer in here. We have a lot of spammers in here. They usually overrun. They overrun our comment section with bullshit and with racism. This is what they do every time we go live. It never fails. This is what they do. But, every day is another day. We're closer to them releasing these Epstein files. We'll see what happens on that. Like I said, we'll keep you guys updated. We got like a month to wait to see what strings they pull to not release the fucking files, because I know that's what they're going to fucking do. We all know that. Now, they did say that Bill Clinton was not the guy they was talking about in the email. That's what Epstein's brother said. It was someone else that they know that is called Bubba, that it's in their circle. So we don't know for sure. I've said that last week, what's going on with that email, but it's a lot of things in these emails that we need explained.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, we're going to keep you guys updated. We appreciate everyone staying with us, man, for the 2 hours for Habari Live. We'll be back on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Phoenix, Arizona time. I know that switch up has been a little different, so we got to catch up because of the
6 p.m. Arizona time, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Arizona time, 5 p.m. in California. So it definitely has made it a little different because of the times.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll make through with it. We always go live at 6 p.m. We don't want to change that because of the time change. So whatever. But we appreciate everyone commenting. We appreciate Bobby for calling in and talking with us. And if you have not, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man, and follow us for any updates when we come into this live on YouTube. We appreciate everybody, man. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 7,000?
We're trying to get to 10,000.
We're trying to get to 10,000, but we almost at 7,000. But let's keep growing, man. Let's keep growing. And we appreciate you guys. We appreciate Habari Nation. Until next time, peace.
Holla, holla.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the podcast, and more. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to visit